Business happens here, and virtually anywhere. Because today, innovative companies are reinventing the way business happens. And they need people who can keep up, with the expertise and technology to get packages to over 150 million delivery points. So, who can help you deliver the future of commerce? The United States Postal Service. See why we deliver more e-commerce packages to homes than anyone at USPS.com/future.
You love your pets, but you can't take them with you when you travel. So what do you do with Fido and Fluffy? Take them to Pet Suites. Pet Suites Memphis, Germantown, Collierville is now accepting reservations at their gorgeous new facility that accommodates dogs and cats of all ages. Complete with bone-shaped in-ground pools, indoor and outdoor play yards, expert care, and friendly staff. Book now and new customers get 25% off their first service. Pet Suites Memphis, Germantown, Collierville. 4520 South Forest Hill Irene Road. Pet Suites, your pet's new favorite place.
Hey, Tiger fans, this is John Stacy of the Blue and Gray Show. You can hear Drew Barrett and I talk Tigers with Tigers every Sunday at 5 right here on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Drew, who do we got in the studio with us this week?
This week, we will recap the Ole Miss game and get you ready for Southern University. In studio with us will be Andre Woods, and of course, we'll have some surprise special guests.
Thanks, Drew. We'll be here Sunday on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. The Blue and Gray Show, where we talk Tigers with Tigers.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
If you like pina colada.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
The only man to give death a near Johnny experience. Johnny Harden.
What is up? What is up? Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. It's Friday, baby. We are less than 24 hours away till we kick this Jun off. And you know what Jun I'm talking about, that big old football. Ole Miss, Memphis, Liberty Bowl, 11 o'clock is the kick. It's going to get down. It's going to get nasty, and it's going down for real. I don't care what anybody says. Austin might talk all the smack he wants. And you know Austin Eldridge, Ole Miss fan. This is the Ole Miss Network. You'll hear Brett Norsworthy and David Kellum early in the morning. There's all kinds of great things that are going on. But you also know Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. This is two Memphis men talking. So we're kind of on the other edge, on the other side, kind of like with Dave, who will be calling the Tigers game as the voice of the Tigers. But again, I love both teams. But tomorrow, I love the Tigers. But I do have to admit, I don't care what anybody says. I was a lot more confident until today. I'm a little nervous. It's not because I don't trust Memphis. It's because, you know what? No matter what anybody says, Ole Miss is in the SEC. Is this Rich Rod? This thing could be awesome for Ole Miss. I mean, Scotty Phillips, I've told you, is a bad mamma jamma. They could come down there and just run it right down your throat. They got their quarterback can, Matt don't, he can run around too. You know what I'm saying? So that could be a big deal. And then Benito Jones, realistically, how awesome? I'm going to ask you, Gabe, will they see another player this year as good as him?
I'm not so familiar with what they have in conference this year as far as the tackles go. I know Cincinnati usually has a really good front seven. As you saw last night, good Lord. That defense was nice. I don't know if you saw it. But Benito.
They beat the brakes off of Chip Kelly.
I think the biggest difference.
That's a mistake, by the way. We can already go ahead and say that one's going to go down as a huge mistake.
Yeah. But Benito has a mix of talent and experience, and I know it'll be. But the thing is, I love the interior of that Memphis D line, so I think he's handleable in there. What you got to worry about is just the size advantage on both lines, right? You see, they average 320 across the D line.
By the way, I want to remind you something. Benito Jones, a freshman, when he goes with 2.47, I always found this so amazing. When he was coming from Waynesboro, Mississippi, he was 6'2", 260 pounds. Do you know what he's listed at today? 6'2", 330 pounds.
Exactly.
Dude,
he's 330 pounds.
Has put on some weight and he's still got that speed.
Well, this is where I get concerned, John.
Because they're big.
Yeah, look at Memphis's D-line up front. Look at what they have. It's small.
Look, and we talk with
you
Dustin.
have two guys under 6 foot on that D-line.
Well, this is what I was going to tell you. You know Dustin Woodard. He came in here. He's a very, very intelligent. He's playing center. This is smart, very heady, very good football player. I like Dustin. Remember that day when we were out at football practice? What did I tell you?
You're like, that's Dustin? But he's different.
It's because of his, yes, he's not, 6'8" or 6'7" like Scotty Dill or Obeneze. So it did look like, whoa, he's, you have to realize there's not too many guys that make you look small, and Obena made you look small. So yes, the tackles look good. I like Manny. The guards look good. Ryan Silverfield is a great coach, and I think Dustin is one of the best interior offensive linemen and a very heady center. But I'm just telling you right now, let's just be real. He better bring his A++ game against Benito Jones.
And he usually does. And I think him at center, I really love that. I really do.
I really do. But anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. And and if you haven't been able to tell, there is a lot of football going on. We got to see a lot of football last night. By the way, my buddy Gabe killed it. We killed it in football. Did horrible in baseball yesterday. But, man, Tulane, we didn't even have to sweat. Utah kicked the absolute brakes off of BYU in the Holy War. We gave those 2 picks. We hit those 2 picks. A bing, a bang, a boom. And we got some more picks to give you today because, of course, there is more football. But there's also day baseball, Brewers and the Cubs. And I just want you to know that I like the Cubbies today. I think Jose is going to go out there and get a big old W. They I don't know if you realize this. This Cubs team, they're very, very weird, but they like playing at home. Like they really, really, for some reason, they enjoy playing at home much more on the road. Their record at home versus the road, it's not even like comparable. It's insanity to tell you the truth. Think about this. When the Cubs are at home, they are 44-22. Yes, 44-22. They're 72-61 overall. That's right. They've lost 39 games on the road. And, heck, they've only won 28. So, big difference. They're playing at home against a team when they're on the road is 7 games under 500, and that's the Brewers, who are 29-36 on the road. I'm telling you, Quintana's a better pitcher at home. This, for me, all day long, all day strong, says Jose Quintana, Chicago Cubs, 120. This thing's starting here in 12 minutes. I think this is an easy play, people. I hope you're listening to me. Pull out your phones, get on your computers, call up your bookie, do whatever you got to do. Head down to Tunica.
How about that easy play last night in college football for you?
Dude, that was like I said. I think you were on the phone. You weren't listening. I said you gave 2 beautiful plays. You gave was it Tulane and the Utah game.
The Utes, man.
Yeah, and we should have pounded Cincinnati, but we got scared of the line. And that was just stupid.
And I think you didn't get down there till later. So
I
don't think we could have.
I couldn't have played it because, like I said, it already started. I was so upset because I actually had talked myself into it, but I just couldn't get there in time. But anyway, we have a lot of college football going on. Lee Sterling is going to join us today at 2 o'clock. Y'all know who Lee Sterling is. He joins us every Friday, has for many years. He is a handicapper. He's going to come on. We're going to break down the games. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we are going to break down the games with Lee at 2. Then you got Sherry May coming in around 2:20, 2:25. We're talking about because not only do we have a legendary football game on, we got a legendary concert going on at the Botanical Gardens tomorrow night. Like Toby Keith. Toby Keith is like a rock star, country star, superstar, whatever kind of star you want to put on, American star Like, I mean, he is a big dead gum thing. And the fact that you have Ole Miss and Memphis at 11 a.m. and then that night at Botanical Gardens, you got Toby Keith. Memphis is going to be rocking and rolling on Saturday. So we're going to talk about that also at 2:20. Got Hardwood because it feels so good. And we are giving away picks. But right here in the very first segment, I got two things to get at. First, I want to talk about some of the college games last night. Memphis, Ole Miss. I want you guys to hit me at 67129 as I chill in the Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. You can always check them out at Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40. But I want you to hit me up at the First Bank text line at 67129. Hit me up and talk about the games that you saw last night. Also, me and Gabe at 1:30 till 2 o'clock before we bring on the great Lee Sterling, we're going to give you our picks and our predictions and stuff that we're breaking down. But before we get to that, I want to know, was there something that you saw last night that made you say things that make you go, and things that make you go, Like, did UCLA make you realistically think that, holy bleep, this Chip Kelly thing was the biggest damn mistake you've ever seen? Because it's starting to make me think that.
I just don't think he has the talent to keep up at this point. And also, I want to know how good Cincinnati is, honestly. I really want to see what they are.
Well, can I
they
tell you
look
something?
good on defense.
They look
Golly.
good, but let's just say I don't think that they're dang Alabama, buddy, and the way UCLA played them sure made them look like it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that quarterback for UCLA, I don't know if you saw that stat line, but Lord have mercy, that was bad.
Bro, that's a Division V school. It's UCLA. Do you know how big California is? And you're telling me Chip Kelly can't go find him a quarterback that can't throw a forward pass? Is this real? Like, you got to be joking with me, right? I just feel like there's got to be, 150 good quarterbacks out there for the Division V schools to make it, a little bit tough.
You ready for the stat line, though?
Dude, I know the stat line. He had 2 interceptions. He had, I think, a 5.9 QBR, right?
It's Dorian Thompson-Robinson, okay?
So you give both names, you're so nice.
Yeah, he's a dash name. But last night, he went 8 for 26. That's a 30.8 completion percentage. 156 yards, 2 TDs, 2 INTs, and 2 lost fumbles. So four turnovers while going 8 for 26 throwing the ball.
And by the way, you hear the first thing, if you don't hear the 8 for 26 and how bad that is, you hear 156 yard and 2 touchdowns, and somehow if you miss the 2 interceptions, remember, 1 touchdown was on a 75-yard BS broken play where Felton just took off down the sideline and outran everyone and their grandmother for 75 yards. So half of his yardage and a touchdown pass came on one little bitty throw over to Felton and let him do the rest. You know what I'm saying? So don't give me that. Like, this dude was so bad, it's not even funny. But then this thing is also kind of sad because I have to be honest with you. Ryder, you can sit there and say he was great or, oh, whoa, Cincinnati. Dude, he had 2 touchdowns. He threw an interception. He threw for 242 yards, 18 for 26 against a really crummy defense, in my opinion. The one thing I thought you'd have a lot more effect up the middle. Warren only got 92 yards. Dokes got 53. They were pretty balanced. Ran the ball more than they did, throw it, but they also had the lead. It's just, here's what I was going to tell you, and I wanted to know what you think about this. Did you not think there was about 2 points where they could have really stuck their throat on UCLA? And it's almost like Luke Fickell and UCLA didn't know how to go ahead and just end it.
Yeah, since he struggled all night on offense, it was weird because
they when they would get
good.
Going, they would shoot themselves in the foot.
They have the talent. They looked like they could have taken over that game you say 2 points at so many points during that game. But what I saw last night is a team that didn't really improve offensively from last year. They don't look any better than they did last year. I know that team was 11-2. They finished 24 in the last top 25 of the year. But that Cincy team just doesn't look overly improved on offense.
Central Florida, though. Hold on. They're in the same, by the way, they're Florida in the same division. Cincinnati, they both are in the same division, along with Central Florida, South Florida, Temple, East Carolina, and, of course, UConn's still over there. But what I'm saying is Central Florida has owned this for a while. Did you see anything to where this Cincinnati team could actually take it away from Central Florida, or did you see something from Central Florida? And yes, no, Central Florida. They played Florida A&M. Okay,
we got to start with this question. Do you think Wimbush looked overly good last night? Because I didn't.
But do you know what I did think it looked overly good? Just them as a team, because I know they played a bad team, but do they not always just seem to go out there and it's 62-0. It's kind of hard. But they scored 31 points, I think, in the second quarter. It's like almost it's hard to sit there and say, now, Wimbush will never, ever in a million years confuse you with McKenzie Milton. You will never sit there and say, dude, I can't believe they lose McKenzie Milton and get somebody like him. You know what I mean? But the dude can run like a mug. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real. He had 8 carries, only 20 yards, but it's not like he needed to show much. He did complete, just over 50% of his passes. He didn't throw any interceptions, which was huge. And again, it was just such a rout, 62-0. And the main thing is Killins looks like he's still going to be one of the best backs, period, in this conference.
Yeah. But what I saw from Wimbush last night is a guy who has the ability to throw it downfield, has the ability to spread it out.
They got receivers in Central Florida, too.
He's inaccurate, man. He's
really
inaccurate. That first touchdown pass, I don't know if you saw it. He threw it down to Gabriel Davis, their one receiver. He's a 1,000-yard receiver for them.
He caught
threw
both.
it down there, and it was a jump ball. It wasn't on target. It was into double coverage, and he's lucky his wide receiver made the play. He's lucky they were playing Florida A&M, realistically. Because I just don't see him getting away with that.
Did
against
Gabriel
a good
throw
team.
a touchdown, or did I see that?
I didn't watch the whole game.
I know
stopped
it was so
watching
out of hands.
Yeah,
But I really think he actually came in and played a little quarterback. I might have saw that on the highlights. I need to pull that bad boy up. But anyway, all I know is that this Central Florida team, for everything that you talk about them, and Killins Jr., you talk about their wide receivers, you talk about just the type of team that they are, Wimbush, you talk about just what they bring. I mean, defensively, you can say, yes, they played Florida A&M. They put up a goose egg. They're still going to hit you hard. I like them. And they're still, in my opinion, right now, I still think Cincinnati's got a lot to show me before I can say that they're going to be able to take Central Florida.
Let's move over to this, other American Conference game that I saw last night, Tulane versus FIU.
That was a beatdown of epic proportion,
yes,
wasn't it?
and the thing is, people don't realize.
Dude, Tulane let's just be honest,
beat the brakes off of them.
We can say, you can look at the score and say it looked like Central Florida had the biggest tail whipping. No. You can say Clemson, dropped 52 on Georgia Tech. Texas A&M. I thought Texas State, believe it or not, on a 41-7 actually showed a little bit of vinegar, if you know what I'm saying. But I would say the biggest butt whipping straight up came from Tulane.
And I don't know if you knew this about FIU, but do you know what their record was last year?
No.
9-4. It's a good team. That's a solid team in the Conference USA.
Whoa.
They had and they had their quarterback and running back returning.
They got destroyed.
I don't know what that says. I wonder if it's that FIU's taking a step back or Tulane is really that good. I wonder. Because from what I saw from Justin McMillan, that quarterback for Tulane, he can run, he can throw a little bit. He's pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Efficient. He's efficient.
He's also got a little moxie. I like that in a quarterback too, man. He's very efficient, but he's not a game manager either.
The American Conference might be pretty strong this year. I mean, if you add a team like Tulane into that contending sort of look, it might be a deeper conference than it's been in the past couple years.
That's a very, very interesting point. Are you in any way saying that Tulane could make a run at any way and push Houston and Memphis and Navy for?
I'm not fully saying that, but look, you saw what they did to Memphis last year.
What'd you see? Yeah, dude, it wasn't cool.
And this year they seem to be better. So like I wonder what it's going to look like when they get around to playing some of these in-conference games. And Florida International, it could go either way. I don't know if they're overly good, but they were 9-4 and returned a lot of their team from last year.
Yes, they did. But again, Tulane, I thought put on such a whipping, like you said. McMillan throwing the ball as well as he did, 2 touchdowns and 199 yards, takes them to another level because this is a guy who can run the dang football as well.
It was 14 for 18. They don't throw the ball overly.
No.
They don't because they
And he
have
had
Willie Fritz.
199 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he had also 9 carries for 51 yards and a touchdown.
Did you notice what they did at times? Because they do that spread option
with Howard and
attack.
him in the back of the field at the same time?
Yeah, but they do that spread option attack, and then at times when they get into the red zone, they squeeze it into the triple option. And I was like, oh, wow, that's scary. That's multiple.
Yeah, that'll mess you up.
Like, if you're a defense and you're trying to, guard against that, like, what do? You can't be right, And when they're spread out, you game plan for that, and when they try to bring it back in,
how good
you're
of a
not
rusher
ready.
is he really?
Who?
How good is McMillan?
He's solid.
I mean,
he's solid.
When I watch the highlights, what I'm saying is this a guy where like what is he comparable to? I mean, is he an old school Antoine Randall L back in the day who could run it and throw it a little bit in a small school?
You wonder. You really do wonder because I don't think he's there. I don't think he's that fast. I don't think he can run the ball that well.
Do you remember that quarterback way back in the day? Had the shaved head. He played the MAC. And he just seemed like he really couldn't throw the ball very well. Never seemed like he was the greatest runner. And I think when he left his career, like, dude was actually in New York almost, and, like, he finished 5th or whatever. It was kind of like a whatchamacallit. But he had, like 5,000 rushing yards.
Are you talking about the dude from Northern Illinois?
Yes.
Jordan Lynch?
That's it.
Jordan,
Jordan, good job. Man, you're good. I couldn't remember him. But you know what I'm saying? There was nothing that you ever saw and said, dude, that kid is great at this. But he was just a winner.
Yeah, he was. He was.
I don't know. I wonder if McMillan can be like that.
Here, last game we need to talk about.
Last but not least,
okay.
my good buddy Brett Norsworthy texted in. Man, I got things on my head. He said, Butch Davis coached at FIU. Aye. So it's probably going to be a well-coached team. But anyway, what did you got for me?
We got to talk about this Utah BYU. What do you think about Utah in that first game, man?
Well, you know what they did? They were impressive. They 100% impressive. The only thing I got to say is I have never in my life. I mean, there's 2 things I can complain about, and I don't usually complain a lot. I do appreciate if you would, when I put in a bet, you say it back to me, and if you make a mistake, honor it and change it for me. I tried to win in there. I got yours, and I had to rebet another one, but I went in to put a wager on Utah, and who was it? Tulane, and parlayed it. It was great. I looked at what she handed me, and it was the first half. I go, sweetie, you gave me the wrong ticket.
You almost got it, too. You almost hit, too.
He missed an extra point. The extra point. It's not like this is the pros, bro. How do you miss an extra point?
Did you hear what Tyler Huntley had to say after the game about BYU?
No, what did he say?
Here it is.
Oh, yeah, I did.
You're going to leave Utah without a loss to BYU. How much pride do you take in that?
We never going to lose to them. They so poo-poo.
They so poo-poo. That was so funny. They so poo-poo. I think I retweeted that. I laughed so hard. I couldn't believe he said that, dude.
And I was talking about this with my brother. There's rivalries. You talk about Ohio State, Michigan.
Dude, the Holy War's real.
You talk about Ohio State, Michigan. Like, they don't like each other, but it's more fun-loving at times than it is with this one. This one, they hate each other.
Dude, this is Iron Bowl-esque, just on the other side of the country. It ain't with not as good of teams, but I'll tell you one thing. I do have to say before I go to break, Utah, you were 100% right. The first half, they did not impress me all that much. Again, the missed extra point ticked me off beyond belief. But the second half, their defense, BYU couldn't do a deadgum thing on offense. BYU couldn't run. They couldn't throw. Utah had 2 INTs on defense. BYU's Porter Wilson threw 2 interceptions. They couldn't run the ball. They ran the ball 22 times for 92 yards, and they just kept like trying, and it was just like a brick wall. And I got to say, man, there are a couple players on that defense, like Blackman, like Tafua, like Burgess, a couple other guys. That Nurse kid, he stuck out. Tupa. Those guys will light you up. There were the one team this week that I said, you know what? I think they might practice hitting.
Their defenses. They had two defensive touchdowns last night.
Mm-hmm. They
are ridiculous.
They look like they are ready to go, man. And Utah did it 30-12. And right now, for me, I have to agree with Gabe. They look, and we'll see what Oregon looks like. We'll see what Washington. We'll see what a lot of teams look like. But, man, Utah, Gabe called it. He said he thinks they're the best team in the Pac-12. They looked like it last night in the Holy War against BYU. Now,
again, the offense is still kind of boring, but it is what it is.
Hundley is not going to be bad, dude. For if you only have to throw the ball 16 times because you can give the ball, to Moss and he just carries it 29 times and is a beast. That's
a draft pick.
That is he is the running back that is going to slide so far under the radar this all season long. You watch this, and in the second or third round, some NFL team is going to get a damn steal. I'm telling you, that young man is just good. But now I need to get also back to take a little time out, come back. It's time for us to get picks. It is Ole Miss. It is Memphis week. I am fired up. I hope y'all are fired up tomorrow morning. It's going down for real. We also got Sherry May coming up in this house, 2:20, to talk a little bit of Toby Keith. Yep, that's right. Saturday, it's really going down. Ole Miss, Memphis in the daytime, Toby Keith at night. Cannot beat it. But whatever you do, though, you can't touch that dial. But before I do go to this break, I wanted to remind you, all this is brought to you by my wonderful sponsors, and the one, the only, Chad Gatlin, MemphisFarmers.com. Check them out. Remember, home, auto, life, business, whatever you need when it comes to insurance, MemphisFarmers.com. We'll be right back. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Start your day with the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hertz, right here on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
An interesting creature inhabits the flat, arid plains of many an automobile dashboard, the bobblehead. It's most agreeable and will nod along to anything, despite having no brain function. But when the bobblehead hears how Geico not only saves people money, but also gives them access to licensed agents 24/7 online and over the phone, he'll nod even more vigorously because he knows you should switch. Because yes, switching to Geico is a no-brainer. Easy, bobblehead, easy. You're going to get whiplash.
With everything happening downtown, it's great to know whatever you're going downtown to do, your choice for dinner is already made. It's 117 Prime. At 117 Union, Prime is the most centrally located fine dining destination in downtown Memphis, and make no mistake about it, whatever you're having at Prime, it is going to be fine dining. The chefs at Prime pride themselves on creating the best food you could hope for, all in the perfect location. No matter where you're going downtown, 117 Prime is an easy walk, but to make things even easier, Wednesday through Saturday, Prime offers valet service starting at 5 p.m.
Today, business happens here, and virtually anywhere. Because today, innovative companies are reinventing the way business happens. And they need people who can keep up, with the expertise and technology to get packages to over 150 million delivery points. So, who can help you deliver the future of commerce? The United States Postal Service. See why we deliver more e-commerce packages to homes than anyone at USPS.com/future.
You won't use Zelle to repay me for the Renaissance Fair tickets because it's not historically accurate? Wench, please. Split better. Request money with Zelle. Look for Zelle in your banking app.
Must have a bank account in the U.S. to use Zelle. Zelle is an early warning services trademark.
Volunteer for the psych department experiment, they said. Easy money, they said. Maybe they should have said, use Zelle to ask mom for the money, but next time.
Back to school better. Send money to your college kid with Zelle. Look for Zelle in your banking app.
Terms and conditions apply.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here. Kick it.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Thick and thin, I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
I'm your pusher man, and it's time to talk sports. And that means football, making money, man. Got to make that money, man, that money, man. Do y'all know where that's from? Got to make that money, man, that money, man. Hit me up if you remember, 67129. Before I get into today's game, I'm going to tell you what I think is the easiest game right off the bat, and I want to hear if Gabe thinks I'm crazy, if you think I'm crazy, and who thinks I'm crazy. But here's what I've been looking at. Out of all the things I looked at, and here's the two things that jumped out, and it's a huge one. I'm not going to sit here and say Mario Cristobal is a better coach than Gus Malzahn, but I'm also not going to say Gus Malzahn is some head and shoulders better coach than Mario. You know what I mean? We don't really know that much about Mario. We know Gus's seat is hotter than Cooter Brown. And again, I think he went the Bo Nix route for, hey, I brought in a true freshman. You got to give me time to try to buy himself a little more time to develop him, yada, yada, yada. But here's what I've been thinking about, and I've looked at this for a long time. Bo Nix, in his first college start, will be starting at AT&T Stadium against a top 15 team, not top 25, top 15 team that FYI returns not one starter, but every single offensive starter except for one, plus Heisman hopeful Justin Herbert should be a Bear. Also, their defense is not that great. But did you know they only lost 2 starters?
Yeah, and with their defense, it's not really a huge strength of their team.
But what I'm just saying, you're
going against a true freshman
that's what I was
quarterback.
Saying. Bo Nix, it's his first start, and I just want to ask you something and be honest with you, Gabe. Going from high school to college, is that not one hell of a jump?
Absolutely, and it's definitely a vote of confidence for him that he jumped in there and he got the starting job. I will say that he might be a stud.
He might be.
You never know, because you look at a guy like Trevor Lawrence. I don't think he's on that level. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that, but you look at a guy like Trevor Lawrence. He was able to do that when he came in. He also doesn't have the talent.
Kelly Bryant too, also to help his hands through that 4th year. Because
remember, he didn't
Lawrence
start off the
lost
top.
To A&M.
You're right.
So,
where are you going with this?
I'm going. The easiest pick of the week is here's what I found. If you're going to give me what has gone to Oregon +4 because everybody's taking this SEC team, saying the SEC team owns the pack, blah, 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 I can tell you this. The SEC is, I think, the better conference. But I would like to remind you, this Auburn team finished 5th in the SEC West. They're starting a true freshman quarterback. I don't think that this Auburn team got better. Their defensive front that was so damn good last year, they lost their best player on defense. They're back. Their secondary is supposed to be better. But, yes, they're going to go in game 1 against Justin Herbert, who is probably going to be the number 1 quarterback taken in the NFL draft. Think about that. If he's the best quarterback possibly in this draft, other than possibly Tua Tagovailoa, it's going to be tight between them. And you're Auburn in your first game, you got to go against him with a true freshman quarterback, and you're going to give me the team with the Justin Herbert. They're going to also have 10 starters on offense. They got back 9 starters on defense, but guess what? Only 7 of those starters are going to start because 2 of them got beat out by younger competition. But their backups were starters last year, and they got experience. So the defense should be more improved for Oregon. The offense should be, in my opinion, much improved. While I look at Auburn, their defense should not be as good as it was last year. And their offense, which you saw, do you know who you know who the quarterback was at Auburn last year, don't you? He's now with who? New England, and boy, they like him, don't they?
And you haven't even mentioned the biggest part about Oregon, why I don't think they're going to get SEC'd. And what I mean by that, when I say they're going to get SEC'd, is they're going to get overmatched on the offensive and defensive front.
Because that offensive line is completely
insane.
Intact, and it's insane. They say it's a top 5 offensive line in the country.
I was going to say it's definitely a top 5 offensive line in the country. It's incredible. They're probably going to have, out of those 5 starters, out of those 5 starters, they're going to have 4, if not 5 draft picks. It's just the truth of it. And I think, Justin Herbert being able to sit back there forever is going to play a huge role in that. He's going to be able to sling it around. They're going to be able to run the ball a little bit. Obviously, he lost his wide receiver, Dylan Mitchell, Memphis kid.
Shout out.
Got a shout out. But he lost him, but he's such a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He can do what he wants with that ball, and he really can. He can sling it.
Cubs up 2-0. Hope you were listening to me, buddies.
But that being said, easiest pick of the week, I wouldn't say.
Really?
I wouldn't say it's the easiest.
See, I think if you're going to give me the better team plus 3.5 points on a neutral field, I'm going to dance.
So you don't think this Oklahoma State-Oregon State game is just absolutely the easiest game?
See, I'm going to tell you right now, the reason I can never, ever take Oregon State, one, their coach
Oklahoma
is 40.
State.
I mean,
Oklahoma State
I'm mullet man. Oklahoma State, I'm sorry, the man has a mullet. The man, he was 40 and didn't have a mullet, and then he got older and we got a bigger mullet. He's never been a defensive coach. And when I mean never, I mean never. And they've had the opportunity. They were on the precipice of going to the championship game. They would have played LSU. LSU would have been national champions that year. Instead, it was Alabama. But guess what? They couldn't get it done. They don't ever get it done when they're supposed to. This is one of those teams. I'm not joking with you. When I say Cowboy up, I say it sarcastically because the Stillwater people, ever since Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas left, it's been nothing but tears for me. If I take the Cowboys, I lose. They have been the worst team for me to ever gamble on, and it's something I will remember for my whole life.
But tonight, they get 14 points, okay? They're 14-point favorites on the road against a awful Oregon State
against
team.
the Beavers.
But
everybody knows they love the Beaver.
A team that they should absolutely beat all over the field.
Can I ask you, and I do like it, but would you not think to yourself, as bad as Oklahoma State's defense is, and as bad as Oregon State's offense and defense are, but the best part of Oregon State, let's be real, is their offense, and the weakest part of Oklahoma State is their defense. I almost kind of think over 72 might even be a better bet.
Oregon State's offense is good to you?
I'm saying compared to their defense. Did you not? Their defense, the Oregon State Beavers defense is so bad.
But
that
I think their offense
right
is
now,
right there just as bad.
We can go play for their defense, bro.
Their offense is just as bad to me, though.
Well, at least they've scored, and at least because they don't stop anybody. I'll tell you one thing, man. I think that I kind of like what you're saying, but the first thing I think is that neither team plays any defense. Any defense. And when Oklahoma State has the ball, by the way, it's always fireworks. I kind of do like it. OSU does deserve a 2-touchdown favorite. Smart money says take them.
And I really don't think that's too much. I think they could win by 21-plus points easily.
I also think that over 72 might be a good play too, Gabe.
I'd be careful with that one. Because you realize that Oregon State never really had a full-on quarterback take over the job last year, right? They just sort of had this, I think somebody got hurt and someone had to step in, and it was just ugly all last year. They didn't have a guy who was any good. Jake Luton was all right while he played, but he didn't get many many reps. I mean, he started 8 games.
Yeah, he didn't do much last. I do know what you're saying and everything, but I do have to say, like, they did as much craziness as you talk about. I mean, he did still have 1,660 yards while their running back had 1,380 yards, and you had, Hodges with 870 yards receiving. I don't know, man. I just always thought, and then when you look at their defense and what they gave up, and you realistically look at the amount of time they were on the field, like, it makes you feel bad for this poor defense that's got to come back. And I don't even know if you know this. This is how bad their defense was last year. They had one defensive player, and this was so bad. Did you know Moore had 101 tackles, and the guy who was second on the team in tackles, it was 68? Dude was working. That's why I'm saying they got one dude literally
makes all the tackles.
Making all the tackles.
But okay,
man.
Here's another thing about Oregon State. Two of their three wins last year were against Southern Utah and Portland State. And you want to know the score of this Portland State game?
What was it?
They won by 3, 35-32. So
but how many? What was it, like 50 to something?
35-32.
Oh my gosh!
Against Portland State.
That is so embarrassing.
They are not good. I mean, they beat Colorado.
Okay,
Colorado was so bad down the stretch.
I'm starting to like Okie State a little bit more, even though I think their defense is embarrassing.
You have never had luck betting with Oklahoma State.
Okay, so the Cowboys have been brutal to me over the years. There are certain teams in this world that people I know, if you do this long enough, you'll just have like a certain team that you have bad luck with. And even things can look great. Like I've had Mason Rudolph, and homie goes out and throws 4 touchdowns in the first quarter and then throws like 3 interceptions the rest of the game. They don't score. They lost the game. I lost the bet. I'm like, how can you throw 4 touchdowns in the first 8 minutes and then do nothing? Like, I was ready to cry. But I do want to ask you another one, man. La Tech in Texas, there's some other things like that, do you not think that there's a guy named Sam Ehlinger that's realistically going to have to go out there and make his point? And if we talk about elite dual threat quarterbacks, could he be, that elite dual threat quarterback that takes Texas finally this year past Oklahoma?
You saw what I picked. I mean, Big 12. I think Texas has that handle. I think they're way more complete because Oklahoma. Look at that defense. Oh my God, it's horrible. And then I love Jalen Hurts, and I think Lincoln Riley will put a plan together for him that will succeed. But Jalen Hurts is not Kyler Murray or Baker Mayfield throwing the ball. And I know people always get on his case about him not being able to throw the ball. He throws it better than people give him credit for, but he is not near that level.
Can I ask you, why is Texas only a 20.5-point favorite over La Tech? They should win by 40. I think Sam Ehlinger has a lot to prove in his second full year. I think that Tom Herman has a lot to prove. I think that their defense has got to make sure that they communicate and don't have errors and turnovers and screw everything up. They had penalties out the frame the first 2 years. He's got to prove, Tom Herman, that he's now got a hold on this team. Their offense has got to be explosive. And let's be real, they get 5-star recruits out the Frizz-Aim. I mean, they're big, they're bad. They've always been that way. They just got to be coached up. Can he be that coach? I mean, he did it at Ohio State when he was the offensive coordinator. I know Urban was the man, but is this going to be the year? They're starting off at 10th in the country.
Louisiana Tech is not a bad team. They were 8-5 last year, and they have their good quarterback returning, Jamar Smith.
But this is a tough defense. I just feel like, man.
Texas's defense is middle of the road, in my opinion, and they lost some guys this offseason. So I wonder if they're going to be able to – they should be able to reload with the recruiting they do. They should. But Tom Herman's not an overly good defensive guy. He never really has had a guy that's just incredibly talented at a defensive scheme. So I wonder. But Louisiana Tech is not a bad team, but 20.5, do you touch it?
Let me tell you something. I'm not thinking about just touching. I think I'm jumping all over it for 2 reasons. And a lot of people don't remember Blake or don't even know who Blake Baker is. Blake Baker was their defensive coordinator for all those years, and he made Louisiana Tech what it was. And I don't know if y'all realize the NCAA sack leader for the entire country was Jalen Ferguson last year. For who? Louisiana Tech. Guess what? He's gone. Did you know this also? And I do need to take a break. Do you know how many first place votes that Louisiana Tech got for Conference USA?
A decent amount. I mean,
Zero.
Really?
Not one. They did not even get one vote. They did not get one first place vote in the preseason conference for Conference USA. Do you know who got actually votes? Oklahoma and Texas. Texas, Big 12, a lot better than Conference USA. I think 3 touchdowns. For me, this is so easy peasy. If Texas doesn't throw this game and try to say, hey, let's win by 17 so I can pay for my girlfriend to go out and they place bets, they'll win the game by 40 points. I'm telling you. And you know Tom Herman, by the way, he likes showing up. He likes showing out. And I think that that's going to be a great one. We got more games to talk about. People, do y'all realize that it is that time of the year? Oh, my gosh. We're talking about Justin Herbert running up on Bo Nix and Auburn and Gus and Mario. We're talking about Blake Barnett. He's gone. We're talking about Jalen Ferguson. He's gone. And that means take Texas. They pimp slap Louisiana Tech. We're making money right here on Johnny Radio's Happy Hour, and I'm also saving you money as long as you go to MemphisFarmers.com and hit my man Chad Gatlin. We'll be right back. Sports 56, 96.1, and of course 87.7 FM.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Are you tired of all the clouds and bad weather? Rain brings pollutants that can wreak havoc on your car's finish, but there is someone who can help. Car Wash USA Express has introduced their most advanced car wash yet with the exclusive Polymer Pro Wash, creating a stronger, more consistent protective sealant for your car's finish. Polymer Pro can only be found at Car Wash USA Express, where attendants are always on duty to keep you and your vehicle safe. For more information and locations, visit carwashusaexpress.com. Car Wash USA Express, because a dirty car is a dirty shame.
Hi, this is Troy Five Ash, owner of Five Ash Roofing. As most of you know, I don't have a history of bragging or boasting that Five Ash Roofing is the best roofer in the Memphis area, but did you know we are the only diamond level roofing professional in the area? We are one of very few local roofing companies that have been in business for 20 years. We've never had a justified claim against us. We are locally owned and family operated. Our labor warranties are for the life of the shingles. We're experts in insurance claim. We do residential and commercial work. We are the official roofer of the University of Memphis Athletic Department and a proud member of the Tigers home team. We support local youth sports and St. Jude's. We have worked with churches and veteran services to help those in need by providing services at a deep discount or even for free. We are currently working with Young Life to give them a free roof on the historic log cabin in Germantown. Five Ash Roofing. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Today, business happens here, and virtually anywhere. Because today, innovative companies are reinventing the way business happens. And they need people who can keep up. With the expertise and technology to get packages to over 150 million delivery points. So, who can help you deliver the future of commerce? The United States Postal Service. See why we deliver more e-commerce packages to homes than anyone at USPS.com/future.
Hi, folks. Rob Walker, Infiniti of Memphis, and we've got a new Infiniti crossover vehicle that has raised the standard of comparison to a new level. Imagine having both sports car performance and eco-friendly efficiency on demand, working together to empower every driving experience. The result of 20 years of engineering, QX50's award-winning variable compression turbo engine is the world's only engine of its kind. Like two engines in one, it delivers a combination of power and efficiency that is truly in a category all its own, and only Infiniti has it. You'll never sacrifice performance for the sake of efficiency again. And the new QX50 offers more horsepower than its Audi, Lexus, and Mercedes competitors. Add to that QX50's award-winning sumptuous interior, and you have the best combination of performance and comfort in the mid-size crossover segment.
Infiniti of Memphis and online at infinityofmemphis.com.
Duncan Williams Investment Bankers presents Toby Keith at Live at the Garden this Saturday, August 31st at the beautiful Memphis Botanic Garden.
How do you like me now?
One night, Toby Keith, all the hits.
That was 1,452 beers ago.
With opening opening act, High Valley. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. For more information, visit liveatthegarden.com. Doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 8:30. Also presented by FedEx, True Green, Infinity of Memphis, Regions Bank, Radiance, Pro Show, Mahaffey Tent, and PDR. That's Toby Keith at Live at the Garden this Saturday, August 31st at the Botanic Garden.
It's time for some straight talk. School's starting, so I'm going to drop some phone knowledge on you. You're paying way too much for wireless. Switch to Straight Talk and get the same 4G LTE networks the big guys offer for up to half the cost. Get the unlimited plan, just $45 a month with the first 25 gigs at high speeds, then 2G. No contract, plus $200 off the latest Samsung Galaxy S9. Knowledge dropped, class dismissed. Straight Talk Wireless, everything for less.
See terms at straighttalk.com.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next whiskey bar.
What is up? What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. And yes, I'm very happy. We got a lot of stuff going down. I've put out, right now, it looks like my favorite bet is Oregon right now plus 3.5. You have a offensive line that is unequivocally 100% intact. According to almost every magazine, Lindy's, you name it, they have a top 5 offensive line. Auburn's defense has gotten weaker. They're starting Bo Nix, a true freshman quarterback, against Justin Herbert. I'm just saying right now, a great offensive line. You're giving me 3.5. I love it. But then also listening to my man Gabe, who knows football, baby. Oklahoma State Cowboys. And this is not coming from me. So people who do listen to the show know that I usually stay away from the Mullet Man, because something about the Mullet Man, it's like, like when you were a little kid and you kind of grow up. And when I was a kid, we grew up, there was the Mo Man. And we were scared of this dude on our street. Everybody has somebody they're scared of. The Mullet Man has scared me many a times because I've lost so many stupid bets from that idiot. But Gabe is the one who pointed this out. I was liking over 72. And I do have to say, it is hard for me to bet against Beaver because usually I'm putting my money all over Beaver. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the Oregon State Beavers. That's usually what I spend most of my money on is Oregon State. But now you're saying go against the Beavers. Take the Buffalo. Take the Mullet Man. This is hard. This is a hard thing to do.
It may be hard for you, but it ain't hard for me. I'm feeling it, man.
It
seems so easy. It just seems
You're
so
feeling
easy.
it. You're feeling it, I see. No, I do have to say, neither team can play a lick of defense. You tell me I start talking about Beaver, now my mouth won't even work. But what I'm saying is neither one of these teams seriously play a lick of defense, but I will say there is a advantage in offense, and the advantage goes to the Mullet Man. He's not just 40. I think he's 50 by now, and I got to say, I'm going with the Beavers. Boone Pickens has spent a lot of money on him. Let's go Okie State. That's your favorite bet, and that's minus what right now, 13.5? Is that correct? Yeah, 13.5. So we're basically giving up 2 touchdowns with them. Now, I want to know out there, what do you people think? And there was a game I wanted to tell you, and you might laugh at me. I usually don't bet on, Wisconsin. Not since Jonathan Taylor and stuff like that. And but I will say one thing. This is a Blake Barnett-led South Florida team. Blake Barnett, if you remember his name, is because he was at Alabama for a while and he couldn't cut it. I have never seen – I know he went out there and was pretty decent against really bad teams, but I think this Wisconsin defense is going to take such advantage of South Florida's quarterback, Blake Barnett. I bet he doesn't complete. I think we're going to make fun of his completion percentage. It's going to be around like 40%. He's going to have a QBR of like 5.9, throw 2 or 3 interceptions. I just think Wisconsin is better at everything. Secondary, linebackers, offensive line, defensive line, running backs. Heck, they finally got a quarterback. I mean, what is it that South Florida has an advantage of? Because I don't see a single advantage on the entire field for South Florida.
I hate that. I hate that pick because
you hate it.
I wouldn't touch that game.
You just wouldn't
personally,
touch it?
Just because I don't think Wisconsin's very good, but at the same time, South Florida died on the back half of their schedule last year. I want
to remind you, dude. The reason I want to, and I don't know if you remember this. South Florida was ranked 123rd in rush defense. Who ran for 247 yards a game? Wisconsin. So do you see what I mean by that? Why I like Wisconsin, a running team against a team that can't tackle? I just think that's not even 14, 2 touchdowns. If Wisconsin, who's ranked 18th in the country, can't beat South Florida by 2 touchdowns, I'm going to tell you right now, they threw that bad boy.
Well, you got Wisconsin don't play offense, and their defense will hold them low. So I just wouldn't touch it, man. But another game I wouldn't touch that I know a lot of people want to touch because of Jordan Love at Utah State because they were 12-2 last year. You have a 5-point favorite in Wake Forest against Utah State. Now, normally you look at Jordan Love, you look at that offense, you look at that team from last year, you say, absolutely, I'm taking that. But what you don't take into consideration is the fact that they lost their coach last year.
Ooh, yeah.
They have a brand new coach. I get Jordan Love's a stud. A lot of people think he's one of those non-Power 5 Heisman candidates. But when you don't got a coach, when you got to learn a new system, there's always growing pains.
No, there always is. That is a fact, Jack. We've watched a lot of great quarterbacks who've gone through coordinator after coordinator, and they were great. And next thing you know, we're like, what's wrong with them? And you realize, oh, they only had a ton of coordinators.
Example, Khalil Tate.
Yes, Khalil Tate. But one thing I want to ask you, did ATN, did he show you a different gear last night?
Yeah, and know who didn't? Trevor Lawrence. What the hell was that?
Honestly, I think he's been enjoying being Trevor Lawrence in the offseason, if you know what I'm saying. It doesn't look like he's been in the book as much as maybe he needed to. I think he's been hanging out with that Oregon State team too long.
For those that don't know, he 13 for 23, 168, 1 TD, 2 interceptions last night against a not very good Georgia Tech team.
No. Now, this is one thing I never thought I would see. Nebraska favored as much as Clemson as over a team. But Nebraska, who's favored by 36.5, they are playing South Alabama, so that is the reason. But we do have football, Eastern Washington and Washington. We got Duke and Alabama. We got all kinds of games. But we're coming back with Lee Sterling from Paramount Sports. We're breaking down all the games on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
If you're the owner of a company and you're tired of a dirty office building, or maybe you're tired of dirty restrooms, or floors and carpets that are filthy, or windows that you can't even see through, I've got a solution. Let Trinity be your cleaning solution. Trinity Professional Services. They're putting professionalism back in cleaning. They specialize in stripping and waxing and buffing floors, in cleaning carpet. Just make it seem like it's spring outside. Window cleaning where you see through and everything shines. Commercial janitorial services specializing in final construction cleaning. Hey, the people that own this company, they are big construction people. They know what needs to be done. So if you would like it done the right way, call Todd Pope or Tommy Ferrari, the former Tiger quarterback, at 833-6773. 833-6773. It's Trinity. They're your cleaning solution.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Today, business happens here, and virtually anywhere. Because today, innovative companies are reinventing the way business happens. And they need people who can keep up. With the expertise and technology to get packages to over 150 million delivery points. So, who can help you deliver the future of commerce? The United States Postal Service. See why we deliver more e-commerce packages to homes than anyone at USPS.com/future.
You love your pets, but you can't take them with you when you travel. So what do you do with Fido and Fluffy? Take them to Pet Suites. Pet Suites Memphis, Germantown, Collierville is now accepting reservations at their gorgeous new facility that accommodates dogs and cats of all ages. Complete with bone-shaped in-ground pools, indoor and outdoor play yards, expert care, and friendly staff. Book now and new customers get 25% off their first service. Pet Suites Memphis, Germantown, Collierville. 4520 South Forest Hill, Irene Road. Pet Suites, your pet's new favorite place.
Starlight Lounge presents An Evening with the Progressive Box.
I took a bit of a risk singing that song, but of course the one place I never take chances is the road, where Progressive Snapshot rewards your safe driving. A good driver plus Snapshot equals big discounts. And speaking of math, 1 + 1 = 2, little too late.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California, North Carolina, or from all agents.
If you're an outdoorsman and love all things hunting and fishing, be sure to listen to Sports 56 Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. for Outdoors Today. Brought to you by The Gun Store, 6920 Winchester in Memphis. Outdoors Today is a 1-hour show hosted by veteran Mark Tobin and a group of respected outdoor-loving guests. Outdoors Today is dedicated to bringing outdoorsmen tips and techniques and tactics to help with your hunting and fishing in all seasons. Saturday mornings at 6 on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7 and 96.1 FM.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
If you like pina coladas.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen. And now?
Now, the only man to ever win the World Series of Poker with a Scrabble board, Johnny Harden.
What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Y'all know why I'm happy, because I'm about to bring on my good buddy Lee Sterling, and we are about to talk more. And I'm talking about, because we've been talking about games all day long, all day strong. Gabe's giving out a big pick. He likes Oklahoma State. I like Oregon. I think the fact that you got a great offensive line, all their weapons back, basically, and their quarterback against a true freshman at AT&T Stadium. This is going to be... That's a big ask, but I wanted to remind all you people who are sports nuts. You may not be able to watch at home. You're not lucky like me, but you need to get away. Go to Getaway Sports Bar. It's very simple. It's 4632 Winchester Road. They are also open 24 hours, so I don't care if you need to get away at 3 a.m. or 3 in the afternoon. You can get away anytime. Go by and see my friend Garvin. They got pool tables. They got the biggest TVs you've ever seen, and they got the whole sports package. So they will have SEC football on everywhere, and they have all the big games on all the time. That's Getaway Sports Bar. Check them out. I know you'll love them. It's 4632 Winchester Road. It's not far at all from here. And again, the key here is open 24 hours a day. Now it's time to talk with my very good buddy, Lee Sterling. We do this every year, dude. And now I feel like football is really here. It's kind of like when, during Christmas, you got to watch like that show with the little kid who gets his tongue stuck, Christmas Story, where it doesn't feel like Christmas. I didn't feel like football until Lee Sterling comes on. Lee, what's up?
Well, it's been a tough start. I'm a Miami fan, so I was at the game against Florida last week. So
hey, you got the
one
cover,
play
though.
away, a couple. Yeah, what?
You got the cover, though.
Yeah, we got the cover, but I wanted both. I had Miami plus the points, but the problem is when you're a Miami fan, my dad was the team dentist for 25 years.
Hey, your daughter was, a cheerleader forever.
Yeah.
She's still cheering there?
Yeah, no, she graduated.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
She's
We're
off,
getting
she's
old.
off the payroll. She graduated on a Friday and started her job on a Monday and started complaining about me cutting her off on Tuesday.
Oh, I know how that is. But I am really, really glad that you've joined me, and I'm very,
Thank
very
you. Yeah,
fired up.
Joy coming on. Love talking to your listeners. Very educated group, passionate. That's what it's all about. I mean, so we could be a tough week here in Miami with the hurricane potentially. Right now, they're projected to come into Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach. So, going to try to ride it out and hope for the best for us and everyone in Florida.
You know, everybody's going to be praying for you. I can promise you that. But Lee, I was also thinking about one thing. Are you literally, are you in the eye of that bad boy?
Well, right now they're saying it's between Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach. So anything south, even 30 miles south, they're saying you could only have winds of 30, 40, 50 miles an hour. So it's important. The worst part of it is the northeast corner. So if you're 20, 30 miles above it, let's say it hits in Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, Jupiter, Stewart, I mean, they could get hammered. So, I lived through Andrew. I mean, I had to literally stayed with some friends, and I had to wade through backyards to get to my house. And to give you an idea of the destruction, all that was left of my parents' home in Andrew was the upstairs. The downstairs was okay. The upstairs, all that was left was a cinder block and the bathtub. That's it, nothing else.
Man, that's one thing, man. I am never going to be chasing no hurricanes like that show, Hurricane Hunter or whatever I was seeing.
Well, things have changed a little bit. Now we've got hurricane impact windows, so that should help out some. And I got a generator. I can last probably 3-4 days. But if it looks really bad, next week, if we get some, if the power's going to be out for a couple weeks, I'll be headed up to North Carolina with the other daughter, and I'll be doing our show from Winston-Salem next week.
Man, I hope that's not the case for you, but I know it is. I know it is time to get ready to rock and fire, and I'm gonna be praying that you're gonna still be doing the show from down there next Friday. But I do know that we got Boise State and Florida State, we got Mississippi State and Louisiana Lafayette, Auburn, Oregon, the one I can't wait to talk about. This UK team into Toledo, and of course, everybody wants to talk about Ole Miss and Memphis, and we're definitely going to talk about that. And then your game of the week. All people have to do to get it is call 800-400-9741. That's 800-400-9741. Go to ParamountSports.com. I'm telling you, Lee's got you covered. It's Georgia and Vanderbilt. Get that pick, 800-400-9741. But let's break down the first game, Florida State and Boise State. Right now, Florida State's a 5-point favorite.
The line's actually up to 6.5.
Whoa!
As we know, this game has been moved to Tallahassee. What's going on with this Boise team? Now, last year, they had a nice team, but I thought the Mountain West Conference was really down. They graduate a 4-year starter at quarterback. They have a running back who gained almost 3,000 yards in the last 2 years. Both those guys are gone, and they're also switching defenses with a new defensive coordinator to from a 4-3 to a 3-4. I think there could be a transition process. Could take them some time here. And Florida State, I think they finally picked the right quarterback in James Blackman. DeAndre Francois was not the guy. Nope. The team didn't believe in him. They brought in Kendall Briles to run the offense from Houston. But the difference in this game, how does Boise win games? Special teams against good teams. Florida State special teams are actually better than Boise's here. I think Florida State wins by 2 touchdowns, 30-16.
Whoa, FSU gets a good start to the season, and boy, do they need it because, man, they really...
You see some of their crowds last year? They had a couple games, 45,000, 50,000 people. That's it.
And this is not Florida State like the way we remember. I mean, Bobby Bowden had that thing rolling so much, it wasn't even crazy. I mean, it was the craziest thing anybody had ever seen. So, yeah.
They were averaging, losing like one game a year?
Maybe, and that was about it. And it was always Miami, wide left or wide right.
I had 9 and then after that, when Miami wasn't great the last 15, 20 years, I mean, I'm hearing the chant as I'm sleeping.
Oh, I know.
I'm having some nightmares.
It is painful. It is painful. I know that. Now, I also got to know Mississippi State, this Bulldogs team, man, I don't understand. I don't know what Joe's going to do, but he really doesn't have a backup quarterback. So his quarterback, he better be upright. He better stay healthy, and they better do a good job blocking for him. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and here's the way that I see this game. Last year, Mississippi State played Lafayette, and they took them apart. I mean, the game was not even close. It was 56-10. It was Billy Napier's second game. at Lafayette. They just weren't together. Had trouble getting the plays in. But here's what's going on now. I think they're going to be able to run the ball some. All new defensive line for State. They had 3 first-round draft picks, plenty of good football players go on to the National Football League. Last year, Lafayette only ran for 2.5 yards per carry against Mississippi State, but during the year they gained 5.5 yards per carry. They have all 5 offensive linemen back. They got 3 running backs. I'm telling you this. They got 3 backs that would either start or be the backups for almost anyone in the country.
Wow.
They are that good. Yeah. So, maybe State does some quarterback shuffling here. I think it's going to take some time for the State offense here to gel. And teams that usually get thumped one year, what they do the next year, they come back and cover. So remember, this Lafayette team did play for the Sun Belt Conference Championship. 20.5 points on a neutral site. There might only be 35,000, 40,000 people. They're not even opening up the upper deck. Mississippi State wins 30-16, but Lafayette covers.
I love it. That's just how I felt. I really did. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That makes me feel so much better. Okay, good. Now, this is the one I am scared to ask you. Gosh, I hope that you have this because I put this one out as my favorite play. We'll see what happens when we talk with my man Lee. Lee, it's Auburn against Oregon, not the it's the Ducks, not the Beavers. I'm not gonna lie to you. I went straight up with the Ducks, baby.
Okay. Well, here this is a big game for both teams here, Johnny. For Oregon, they need a signature win from Mario Cristobal. Last year, one of his games could have defined the season. He just needs to take a knee against Stanford 3 times. They win the game. He runs the football. They fumble. Game goes to overtime. They lose. So they were never the same. Gus Malzahn, I'm going to make this prediction. If they lose this game, they're probably going to be 5-3 heading into their last 4 games, and 2 of the 4 games are against Alabama and Georgia. I think they'll cut them loose then. So I think this game is the defining point for the season for Auburn, starting with a true freshman quarterback. The battle here is the Oregon. Usually the Pac-12 offensive lines aren't great. They are big,
they are
strong,
good,
and nasty. And going against Auburn's strength, the defensive line, there's going to be a war there. But Justin Herbert, if he's given some time, this is a guy that's 6'6", 235, has a rocket arm, can run a 4.6 40. He reminds me, I think he's almost like a duplicate of Josh Allen for the Buffalo Bills. He is that good. His receivers last year were horrible. They dropped 52 passes in 13 games. If Penn State transfer Juwan Johnson can step in as seamlessly as I think he is, and former Boise State defensive coordinator Andy Avalos steps in at Oregon, does the type of job I expect. I am normally all over the SEC against these Pac-12, Big 12, Big 10, and ACC opponents, but this Oregon team might be the best team in the Pac-12. This Auburn team might be the 6th or 7th best team. Not here, not this time. Oregon outright 27-23.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I got Oregon as just as well. I'm fired up. I just don't think you can have Bo Nix, the freshman quarterback, start at AT&T Stadium against Justin Herbert. And I also think, like you said, this is where everybody thinks the SEC is going to win this game in the trenches. And I'm like, dude, Oregon has the best
how bad was
offensive
Joey
line.
Gatewood? How bad was Joey Gatewood to not win the job?
It's got to be pretty bad.
Maybe as bad as Tate Martell was?
Dude, I still, you know what? I don't know. Like, Tate's, I was so sad about that because Tate's game, his Twitter game, obviously is a much better than his quarterback game.
How about his dating game? He's dating an Instagram famous model.
No, he is tearing it up on that. I do have to say he's very good at that.
My daughter and her boyfriend went out to one of the clubs with him a couple weeks ago, and he's not a bad kid. Here's the thing about him. I don't think he got any better since high school.
No, I think you're exactly right. That's why I think he's decided I'll go play wide receiver because I'm still an athlete.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I want to get on the field.
And would you rather live in Columbus, Ohio, or Miami, Florida?
Miami all day long, dude. You don't get Instagram models over to Hawaii. Over to Ohio, buddy. You just don't do it. I do also have to ask you though. This is the one that's kind of freaking me out, and it ain't Memphis, Mississippi yet. But Kentucky has gotten. Let's just be real. Stoops.
Yeah.
The best Stoops might be in Kentucky when it comes to coaching football. What he has done every year has made Kentucky better. But this is my question. Did they actually reach their ceiling last year? Can they actually ever be better than what they were last year?
I think that they did. I talked to someone very involved with the program, and he was here all spring, and he just said they got some problems.
Yep.
They might have to start 3 junior college defensive backs in this game. And when you do that against Toledo, I saw Toledo
Dude,
a
they
couple
can
years
score,
ago.
man.
This Toledo team can throw the football. They put out like 10 receivers, just keep rotating them. They're all the same, and they can light up the scoreboard. Kentucky, I think they made a mistake maybe at quarterback. I know Terry Wilson was the right guy last year for this team, but this year they're going to have to throw the football. I probably would have gone with Sawyer Smith to transfer from Troy. He's a better passer. So that's one of the things I saw. So you got a quarterback that may not be the right fit, but he was the starter last year, so they feel compelled to start him at least to start the season. So don't be surprised after 3 or 4 weeks if they make a change here. The defensive backfield position against Toledo. And how about this? When you watch Kentucky, when they get up by 7, 10, 14 points in the fourth quarter, what do? They sit in that wildcat, and they will run the ball 8, 10, 12, 15 times in a row. They're just about winning the game. They're not about covering the double-digit point spread. Kentucky wins 31-27, but Toledo covers.
I think Toledo, I think this could come down, honestly, to a last-second field goal that can go either way. I definitely think Toledo covers.
This is one of those games where you put half the money on the spread, the other half on the money line, at 4.5 to 1. You put like 2.5 bills on this game, you might be walking away with a clear G. Huh?
It would be a beautiful, beautiful day. Now, speaking of beautiful days, I got a beautiful day tomorrow here in the great Mid-South. By the way, Memphis, Ole Miss, right here at Liberty Bowl Stadium. Everybody's going to be going banana sandwiches. And you know what? We're closing the night out with Toby Keith in the house, so that should be actually pretty fun. So it's a big day in Memphis. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to party hard. I want to know, though, are Memphis fans going to be happy when they hit Toby Keith up?
This game is going to come right down to the wire here. Their offense is going to score. How about the coaching changes on both teams? Memphis, 7 new assistants, including both coordinators. Ole Miss, both coordinators. Got Rodriguez now running the offense for Ole Miss. Colorado's former head coach, Mike McIntyre.
I like Mike. I think
he's good.
I think
he's
both.
Good.
I think they did a great job. I think you got to be real. Matt Luke, what he went out and did to bring in Mike McIntyre and Rich Rod, I think is a great job. It shows his confidence. I think he did a great job. But the problem is, can you break out in the first game 2 brand new systems, a new defensive scheme and a new offensive scheme?
It's going to be tough, but maybe the difference here is Matt Corral. I think he not only throwing the football, he might be able with his feet maybe to keep some plays alive here. I think it's tight here. I just can't trust. Now, if it's played mid-season, late in the year, I think the Ole Miss defense, they'll give up a whole ton of points. But even the Memphis defense, maybe even worse, they gave up 25 plays last year, more than 40 yards or more. Gave up 65 to Missouri. Wrong team's favored. Ole Miss in the shootout here, 38-34.
Dude, I have to say, man, I actually talked to a lot of people that I know, and they said Benito Jones is going to be in that backfield all dang day, man. Oh.
Well, Ole Miss has they're getting 5 points, so yeah, I'm rooting for Memphis to win the game by 3 points.
Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be great? Memphis just pulls out a win. I'll be happy with that because that's all I need is a W, baby. I just want them to win so I can dance
and you know
party
the
all
Ole
day.
Miss fan, they lose that game, all they come back with, we got the best tailgates.
That's true. We got the groove. But I got to know now, realistically, everybody knows about ParamountSports.com. You can get all kinds of free content. You can go watch Lee's videos where you break down all kinds of games. But if you want to get the game of the day, if you want to get the game pretty much, which I've already told you is Georgia and Vanderbilt, you have to call 800-400-9741. That's 800-400-9741. Man, I can't believe I still got that bad boy memorized. It's so easy. 800-400-9741. Hit my man Lee. You'll actually be talking to Lee. It's really that simple, and he'll take care of you.
Yeah, they want to get that game for free. Just be one of the first 10 callers right now. 800-400-9741.
Ooh, I didn't know you were giving it away free, too. You're going to get the first 10 callers for free?
For free. And how about this tomorrow? I found a game, a double-digit underdog. I think they win the game outright. We call it our college football underdog shocker. They want to get that game. you can get 5 weeks of action. You want to dip your toe in and try me out for 5 weeks? Normally $5.97. If you use coupon code SAVE200, SAVE200 at ParamountSports.com, just $3.97 for 5 weeks of action. It's all available. ParamountSports.com or call 800-400-9741.
Dude, Lee, that is awesome. Don't forget that Save 200 coupon. That'll get you for $3.97 for 5 weeks. And he's got a outright underdog that's going to be a shocker. It's a double-digit dog that's going to win outright. And again, don't forget, right now you can get the play of the week for free. First 10 callers to 800-400-9741. We'll get the Georgia and Vanderbilt game absolutely free. And we'll do it again next Friday, Lee. I hope you have fun out there, and we'll do it again very soon.
Hopefully you're talking to me from Miami and not Winston-Salem or somewhere down in the Keys on a cell phone.
Man, I hope so, Lee. You be good out there, and let's knock them dead.
Okay, thanks, Johnny. You too, buddy.
Thank you. That's my man, Lee Sterling. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. I got to talk about Toby Keith, who's coming down here to party like a rock star with my very good friend. Sherry May's in the house, baby. So whatever you do, don't you dare touch that dial. We got Hardwood. We got picks. We got plays. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Sports Time with Rollo and Stacks. Every weekday afternoon from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Fall is all about color. So is Vigoro Colored Mulch at the Home Depot. Right now at Labor Day savings of 5 bags for just $10. Vigoro is 100% natural shredded wood in 3 beautiful shades. It beautifies your garden while retaining moisture. And at this low price, it also looks great on your budget. Today is the day for doing with Labor Day savings on Vigoro Mulch, 5 bags, just $10. Now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Selection varies by store.
In today's evolving workplace, XMC understands the process of getting office work done has moved from the desktop to your pocket. The new Xerox multifunctional printers and ConnectKey app technology are game changers. Are you working with confidential information? Does it need to be secure from unwanted threats? Do you need to translate documents to another language? Xerox's App Gallery provides solutions like secure printing and easy translator technology. XMC is the second largest exclusive Xerox agent in the U.S. with 9 locations to serve you. We've been in business for over 25 years and have received top awards from Xerox. In changing our world one experience at a time, our team's committed to doing what's right for your business. XMC is proud to be your leader in document and print management, and it'd be our pleasure to serve you. Contact XMC today at 888-814-3114 or visit our website at xmcinc.com. XMC, excellence in office solutions.
At Sunrise on Jefferson, there are meals for every appetite, and sometimes you really have an appetite. That's when the plates come in. If you really want to fuel up, have the kitchen sink. 2 eggs prepared any way you like. Sausage, bacon, hash browns, biscuit, and Hannah Farm grits. Now that's a meal. Sunrise also has the best omelet. Look at the menu, it says it right there. The best omelet, and it's true. Spinach, artichoke, tomato, goat cheese, and salsa verde. If you're ready to fill up on breakfast, you're ready for Sunrise.
This is a cow whose milk became everyone's favorite cheese at the craft fair. But cheese only lasts so long. The impression a small business makes needs to last much longer. That's why Vistaprint is offering 500 truly personalized business cards starting at $9.99. Choose from hundreds of fresh designs tailored to your type of company, or upload your own. The choice is yours. The time is now. Get 500 business cards starting at $9.99 with promo code 9696. That's promo code 9696 at Vistaprint.com. Vistaprint. Own the now.
Your Memphis Tigers football team opens the 2019 season against regional rival Ole Miss Saturday, August 31st. And tickets are on sale now, starting at $55 each. Get your tickets today by visiting GoTigersGo.com or by calling 901-678-2331. Or Tiger fans can still grab a 3-game package or a season ticket. College football is finally back. Memphis versus Ole Miss, Saturday, August 31st at 11 a.m. at Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium. Sponsored by FedEx and ABC Local 24.
You love your pets, but you can't take them with you when you travel, so what do you do with Fido and Fluffy? Take them to Pet Suites. Pet Suites Memphis, Germantown, Collierville is now accepting reservations at their gorgeous new facility that accommodates dogs and cats of all ages. Complete with bone-shaped in-ground pools, indoor and outdoor play yards, expert care, and friendly staff. Book now and new customers get 25% off their first service. Pet Suites Memphis, Germantown, Collierville, 4520 South Forest Hill Irene Road. Pet Suites, your pet's new favorite place.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Let's go! On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
Many a hand has scaled the grand old face of the plateau. Some belong to strangers and some to folks you know. Holy ghosts and talk show hosts are planted in the sand to beautify the foothills, shake the many hands. There's nothing on the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. You see a lot up there, but don't be scared. Who needs Jackson when you got words?
What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Y'all know who I am, your sports mixologist, John Harden. Gabe Kuhn, you know him very well. He is my producer. He is also a former lineman for the University of Memphis, so when we talk sports, you might want to listen to him. We've been talking with Lee Sterling, handicapper for Paramount Sports. That was a lot of fun. We also got to rap a little bit earlier with some of y'all. And, you know, on a nice Friday like this, if you were listening to me and Gabe, through the first basically hour of the entire show, all we did was give you our locks, our winners. We basically said the Oregon State Beavers are going to go down. The Oregon Ducks, however, are going to quack, quack, quack all the way and just dance all over the SEC's face. I'm sorry, Gus. You got Justin Herbert and an offensive line, a guy who's going to the NFL. You got a true freshman making his first start ever. I'm going with the veteran quarterback, and I'm going to take the points, and I'm going to be happy all the way to the bank. But you know what? Saturday, and that's this Saturday, like tomorrow with less than 24 hours, and I'm being dead serious, we're less than 24 hours away. But we're about a little under 24 hours of what's going on tomorrow night. So we know about Ole Miss and Memphis tomorrow, 11 o'clock at the Liberty Bowl. What are you going to do after that ball game? Well, I already got your plans for you. If you don't have your tickets, you better get them right this second. Go to the Botanical Gardens. Go check it out because we have Toby Keith. It's live. It's happening August 31st, which is tomorrow because today is the 30th. Memphis, Ole Miss, Toby Keith at night. Does it ever get any better than that, Miss Sherry May?
No, it does not.
Dude, by the way, y'all know Sherry May. That is the lovely one who's been there. Can you believe it now? What, 19th year?
19 years.
I still can't even believe that.
I can't either. I don't know what happened to them. They're blur.
It just blur. It's gone by so fast. I do again want to say thank you so much for the Lionel Richie hookup. That was I did not know. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun, and that place was packed.
That was a record crowd in there.
Was it a record?
It was a record.
I thought it might be.
It was. We had everybody. I couldn't have gotten my mother into that concert. I mean, it was packed.
So much fun. I cannot believe how many of my friends actually got tickets to go out there. I saw like my buddy Bill out there. We had everybody and their grandmother had coolers. It was just such a great night. It was so much fun. But I kind of expect Toby Keith on the Saturday with the weather, the way it's cooperating.
Beautiful weather, yeah.
How is it that we get weather at the end of August just like this, where when you're gonna when the sun goes down tomorrow night, it's gonna be just perfect. And when the man takes the stage, I think everybody's gonna be rocking. And the other thing is High Valley's opening for him.
Right. High Valley's out there. They're great. They're a duo. They're kind of country, a little bit on the bluegrass flair.
I love bluegrass, by the way.
And they've got a couple of hits on country radio right now, and they're really good. So, I mean, I like them as well, but Toby's going to be the man tomorrow night.
Yes, I already know. I had a couple, I did feel bad, but then I also realized, wait a second. Y'all could have called me a little bit earlier, and I noticed how it's all a bunch of ladies who haven't talked to me in years reaching out. Hey, John, can you get me Toby Keith tickets? And I was like, oh, wait a second. Now I'm starting to realize why all these girls are hitting me up.
Now you know how I feel.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, I can only
how
imagine.
Are you? Yeah, I've been thinking about you. And by the way, I know where we're going with this conversation.
Oh, you already know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like with my daughter, the pleasantries. I still go through them, but I do know how it's going to end. Yeah. And I always joke. My girlfriend goes, "Why don't you just start the conversation with how much does she need?"
Oh, my husband says, because I want to watch her squirm. Yeah.
Yes, I want her to work for it. But you know what? In all honesty, are there still tickets available?
There
Sherry?
are. Yeah, people can just jump on Ticketmaster. I actually think we opened up a few pit tickets, those great pit tickets.
Way.
Yes, yesterday. So there could still be some of those left on Ticketmaster, which those are, unbelievable. That puts you in front of the table section, right in front of the stage. And you can still go in and out to the lawn. So that's awesome. But Ticketmaster.com, you can still grab tickets.
Oh, that is beautiful. Ticketmaster.com, Toby Keith, August 31st. 8 o'clock is when I think he's going to go live, right?
8 o'clock is High Valley.
That's High Valley. So
and then
he's probably
Toby
gonna
comes
hop
on at 9.
At 9.
At 9 o'clock.
We're going to have High Valley at 8. He'll be on the stage at 9. And the great thing about it is if you start your morning off at Tiger Lane, you go to the Tiger game, you will go see an amazing concert and you'll be home by midnight.
That's it. You even have time in between to go take a nap if you really want to. Or you can pace yourself all day long. And just go with it.
Hit a little
day.
Brunch in the middle, just kind of eat a nice little light lunch.
That's it. Keep something
Bloody
on your
Mary.
stomach.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Oh, I did
Not
check
that I
it
know
out.
anything about
there
that.
There are a couple pit passes.
Okay, yeah.
So you better act right now. I'm being dead serious.
Yes.
I feel like the people out there who are listening are going to be on this very fast.
Those people want to be in the pit. He's got a thrust, which we've only had, which is kind of like a runaway through the pit.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, which we've only had. I'm trying to think. Rascal Flatts, I think, a couple of years ago did that. Maybe Seal, but that's the only time we've ever had that. So it's going to be really cool. Those pit tickets
special.
are awesome.
Ooh,
yeah.
Check it
it's
out.
Still
There's
on the
a few
lawn.
left.
We've still got the big screens, 3 big screens back there. 5 total in the venue, so you can't go wrong.
And right now we got tickets for the lawn that definitely still available. Not as many as you would think. So people, you might want to act kind of quick because again, the concert is tomorrow night. Real Deal Holyfield. Well, everybody's getting ready for football. Don't forget that you're going to celebrate the football victory as Memphis gets that big old W, and we're going to celebrate it with Toby Keith. Now, if Memphis doesn't win, there's nothing like drinking away your sorrows with a little Toby Keith. I can't imagine. And the other thing is for all you people who love, going to the botanical gardens, it's Toby Keith. We got Brett Young, and then we have to wait till next year.
That's
it's happening.
I
can't believe another year's going to by.
Hard
Next
to
year is going to be the 20th year.
20th anniversary. We're
So
already
we gotta
working
do something
on it.
special.
We're working on it. I can't tell you though.
All right, we're going to have to do something special for you too. It'll be your 20th year.
It will be my 20th year. Yeah. Although
man.
yeah. Wow,
This
it's gone by
is gonna
fast.
be so awesome. I can't believe how fast things have gone. But again, I want all you people out there to remember that there's experiences, and I love going to FedEx Forum. I love going to the Pyramid back in the day, way back in the day. I saw Jerry Garcia there a long time ago on April 1st and 2nd. Yes, that does date me.
Wow.
I love watching shows at Mud Island. I love going down there. But there is something about the botanical gardens. There's something about being outside. There's something about the way the pit's set up and the lawn behind it with the televisions
and the trees
and the trees.
Cafe lights all through there. Yeah.
And just the part of town also. It's just it's one of those hidden gems. Well, actually, it's not very hidden anymore. Everybody and their grandmother knows about it. We did have the largest that Lionel Richie. Wow, that was so amazing. But it's not a hidden gem anymore. But if you somehow have missed out and have not been, you have got to get on Ticketmaster right now. Make sure if this is going to be your first event, you picked a pretty good one. Right. There are a few, like I said, pit passes left. Go to Ticketmaster.com ASAP. And there are also a few lawn passes as well. Also, Ticketmaster.com, August 31st, which is tomorrow. Go Memphis. Go Ole Miss, hotty toddy. I'll do that for our listeners. But everybody, after the game, y'all can y'all can yell, you can cheer, y'all can be each other's enemies. But at the end of the night, we're all going to celebrate and party at Toby Keith and High Valley. And again, don't forget, This is not the last one. Brett Young is the last one. We got 2 concert series left in this year. So hurry up, act. The weather is going to be awesome
it's going to be
tomorrow.
perfect tomorrow night. Perfect. Probably one of the best weather nights that we've ever had tomorrow. Low humidity. I mean, I think it's supposed to be like in the 70s. I mean, it's going to be a great night. You don't want to stay at home tomorrow night.
Oh, dude. Do
No.
not stay at home on a Saturday night with Toby Keith in town, please.
Right. It's been a while since Toby's been here, so we want to give him a big Memphis welcome.
Let's do that. Hey, Sherry, thank you so much for dropping in. And I really appreciate it. And by the way, the gentleman who won the tickets while you were in here last week, he came and got them. He might have been the happiest person on planet Earth. He did say,
good.
he came and shook my hand and said, "You have no idea. My wife will love me the rest of the year." So thank you so much. Everybody, make sure you go to Ticketmaster, get these tickets. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And Sherry, we'll talk again.
All right. See
Y'all
you tomorrow
take
night.
care. See y'all tomorrow night. Whatever you do, don't you dare touch that dial. We'll be right back. We got picks. We got Hardwood on Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Search Sports 56 on Facebook and give us a like. And follow us on Twitter at Sports 56 WHBQ.
The forensic analyst searched for clues to the house fire.
Could that be
Starch? Suddenly it came together. The fire was started by
an over-microwaved potato?
Covered, July 25th, 2015. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Dreaming of the coast? Wake up and run to Crab King Seafood. For the most flavored seafood and biggest plates, there's a Crab King's near you. Visit the Bartlett Cordova location at 7140 Stage Road or the East Memphis location at 5992 Knight Arnold Road. Top Memphis Food Reviews recently picked Crab King's as a winner in their top 10 category for 2019. Now you know what the King stands for in Crab King's. The price, the portions, the service is why Crab King's is #1. So don't dream of good seafood. Make the right choice the first time and every time. Make it Crab King's. Come and devour tasty snow crabs, king crabs, shrimp, salmon, catfish, calamari, and more. Enjoy Memphis's best tasting pasta with your choice of toppings. Visit the Bartlett Cordova location at 7140 Stage Road or the East Memphis location at 5992 Knight Arnold Road. Crab King's is open Tuesday to Sunday. Enjoy 50% off lunch portions and dollar fountain drinks and hang out with Crab King's for Friday night parties from 8 to 10. For more information, Google Crab King's Memphis or download the app for a free drink with every order. Crab King's, always a Memphis favorite.
Hi friends, I'm Shane Stanford from Christ Church Memphis. Here at Christ Church, we believe in Memphis and we believe in you. And every Sunday at 11 o'clock, we want to invite you to come hear a biblically based, Christ-centered message that talks about God's love for you and His guidance in your life. And also to hear an interview by amazing people who are doing incredible things for our city and our community. So don't miss us, 11 o'clock, right here on this station, every Sunday morning. I'm Shane Stanford. Remember, you matter.
Duncan Williams Investment Bankers presents Toby Keith at Live at the Garden this Saturday, August 31st at the beautiful Memphis Botanic Garden.
How do you like me now?
One night, Toby Keith, all the hits.
That was 1452 beers ago.
With opening act High Valley. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. For more information, visit liveatthegarden.com. Doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 8:30. Also presented by FedEx, True Green, Infinity of Memphis, Regions Bank, Radiance, Pro Show, Mahaffey Tent, and PDR. That's Toby Keith at Live at the Garden this Saturday, August 31st at the Botanic Garden. You love your pets, but you can't take them with you when you travel. So what do you do with Fido and Fluffy? Take them to Pet Suites. Pet Suites Memphis, Germantown, Collierville is now accepting reservations at their gorgeous new facility that accommodates dogs and cats of all ages. Complete with bone-shaped in-ground pools, indoor and outdoor play yards, expert care, and friendly staff. Book now and new customers get 25% off their first service. Pet Suites Memphis, Germantown, Collierville, 4520 South Forest Hill Irene Road. Pet Suites, your pet's new favorite place.
Fall is all about color. So is Vigoro Colored Mulch at the Home Depot. Right now at Labor Day savings of 5 bags for just $10. Vigoro is 100% natural shredded wood in 3 beautiful shades. It beautifies your garden while retaining moisture. And at this low price, it also looks great on your budget. Today is the day for doing with Labor Day savings on Vigoro Mulch, 5 bags, just $10. Now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Selection varies by store.
Now, back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here. Kick it.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
Gold and shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the evening train. You know you about to wind up dead. You don't head back to Tennessee jet. Rich man step on my poor head.
What is up? What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I am your sports mixologist, John Harden. Y'all know who I am? I am the man. Now, this is very, very important, people. Y'all know I love talking sports with y'all, and I also love talking just life, Memphis, things that are going on. I think Johnny Radio's Happy Hour is a very sports show. We do picks, we do all that good stuff, but we're also funny. At least I think I'm funny. You know, we like to talk crazy stuff. We like to have a lot of fun. I love having a good time. So I hope that y'all enjoy having fun with me, and we're about to do this thing called What? Yeah, you know that place. But the only way you get there is great sponsors. And if you're stuck in a rut, if you're in a valley and you can't get out, then what do? You just pick up the phone and you call my buddy 901-406-1101 and say, Bill. Don't say it like that. But do you remember that song? Oh, Billy. What is that from? Have you ever seen it? Oh, Billy. Am I crazy?
I don't know, man. You got more experience than me, so you probably should know.
67129.
Right?
Please tell me this is not something that I saw on that website. But there was somebody who said, "Oh, Billy," and I think it was a funny
was it like
comedy.
it was music, or
I feel
was
like it was
like
a movie.
Oh, okay. I don't know, man.
And when things get stuck in my head, I just have to ask you. But his name is Bill, not Billy. But we're going to call him at 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. If you don't call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses, a bing, a bang, a boom, and guess what happens? Your house ain't sold, man. But guess what? If you call him, 901-406-1101, guaranteed to close in 5 days. You think I'm exaggerating? Test me. 901-406-1101. You call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Bing, bang, boom. Just sold your house. Now, it is time to go talk to Habib. He wants to talk about the Tiger game. Habib, what's up?
What is up, John Harden?
Oh, just chilling.
I'm so excited to talk to you today, my main man.
Thank you, my main man. I got a question for you. A real serious question.
Dude.
Now, are you a big Tiger fan?
I am the biggest
Ooh.
Tiger fan of all time.
Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, so do you have a prediction?
Well, the Tigers, tomorrow they're going to be on the prowl. They are going to take down these Ole Miss Land Sharks, or I mean the Bears, or oh no, I got confused.
Or whatever they are.
Yes, we don't even know.
Who knows with these guys?
I know what you mean, Habib. We just don't know. So, is Memphis going to not just win? Are they going to get the cover?
Oh, I think it is probably going to be a close game. I do believe that. But I think the Tigers put on an extra touchdown in the last 2 minutes of the game to make the cover.
And, man, I think I'm going to have to come by your store and get a slushie when it's over with. Does that sound good?
Oh, I got all the flavors. I got the big gulp. Whatever you want, I got it. We even go into the back, you know what I mean, and party. Start the party time.
Dude.
Because that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow after this game. It's going to be great.
Dude, I'm coming to see you, my man. You have a good one, Habib. I knew it, man. My man's got all the flavors, he says. So we're going to stop in and see him celebrate Memphis. We're going to celebrate this thing. And by the way, when you think celebration, you think Hardenwood.
This is Access Hardenwood.
Got to tell you one thing, man. Everybody and their grandmother's fired up. I mean, fired up.
But no, it doesn't fire me up. Boogie Cousins just he can't catch a break, and not to mention he makes his own luck.
I was going
to be real.
Okay,
I mean
yeah.
He is his latest thing is that he got a warrant issued for his arrest for the domestic violence incident against his baby mama. We know about the phone call We know about, some of that domestic assault, especially verbal, but we did not know that there was a warrant issued until yesterday. And Boogie, good luck, because it's going to be tough, man, because this has progressed. This has progressed very, very naturally to the point where it's at, and the fact that he's getting arrested means that they know something that we don't.
Man, it's just, this is going to be, that's just one of those things that's kind of wild. By the way, though, I got to go totally a little bit off base. Are you ready? I'm jumping over here to ask you about your friend. There's a guy in Benito Jones, recorded 34 tackles, 3 sacks as a junior during the 2018 season. He's strong. He's physical. He is a nasty 6'1", 330-pound man. He is at nose tackle, and he will be going up against our friend of the show and friend of Memphis, Dustin Woodard. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Dustin, he is straight up. Ryan Silverfield has all the confidence in the world in this young man. I believe in him. I'm just going to ask you realistically. You know him very, very well. You see what he does. He's replacing Drew Kreiser, who had 50 plus straight games right there as the Tiger snapper. Do you think that Dustin is ready to take over that position? Is he? You
see how straight my face is?
Yep.
God, yeah, he is. He's the best lineman on that line right now. He has done it since he was a true freshman. You don't see a lot of O-linemen, especially, because usually you need a redshirt year as an O-lineman to get that weight up, to get your strength up. This kid came in ready to go, and he's got nothing but better.
Right guard, he was right there.
He was left guard.
Left guard.
And then he was right guard last year. I'm sorry.
That's right.
You're right. But no, he is a guy who came in and has progressed every single year. I've been anxious to see him at center, and I think it'll be a good matchup, him and Benito.
And the reason I bring this up, because I wanted to ask you, when you're replacing Drew Kreiser, who started 50 straight games there, is it going to be difficult to have somebody like Benito Jones right across from you in your first game?
Yeah, but they're both as experienced as each other. They both
Is this going to be one of the best matchups on the field?
Yes.
I think it is. I think that's going to be the one that I know at the beginning of the ball game, that's the one I'm going to be focused on.
I think what the matchup we need to find out is these tackles, these rookie tackles, to see if they're going to be able to handle what Ole Miss brings at them.
I do like the fact, though, that they're switching to that 3-4. I don't know why. I like it. I like the change. I think it's going to give Memphis an advantage. But I'm fired up, if you can't tell. And then don't forget, we heard Sherry May talk about it. We got all kinds of stuff going on. But I also got to talk to you about the crazy stuff in the world of sports. And I know we've been giving picks all day long, all day strong. And you want picks, right? But don't you like funny stuff? Do you like funny things?
Love funny things.
Okay, I do too. And this is definitely there's some funny stuff. And then there's I don't even know how to tell you this, but basically just tell you. And I want to get back to funny things after this, okay? Did you see Kurt Warner? And this is where I'm going to start with the funny thing. Did you hear Kurt Warner calling out Carly Lloyd?
What could
call it out?
Calling her out.
Calling out the NFL GMs about Carly Lloyd. Sorry.
Saying that they should sign her?
Correct.
Okay, look. I think Carly Lloyd has the ability. I think females have the ability to do that. But to call GMs out for someone who's never had experience as a field goal kicker, come on now. I think she could do it, but you don't have to call out the GMs for not wanting to pull the trigger.
Can I? Because this is where I just wanted to say and make myself laugh. Is this not the ultimate bag checker mentality or what? Just give everybody a chance. And I'm joking. Remember Kurt Warner had to go through so many things. So I guess what I'm trying to say is him coming out is about the least surprising thing in the whole wide world for me.
He was an arena football star, man.
Yeah, like I said, he was an arena football star who was bagging groceries. So he's going to want to tell, when there's ever a story about giving somebody a deadgum chance, who do you think's going to drop that?
Very on brand. Very on brand.
Now,
again, look, Carly Lloyd has never actually kicked a field goal in a live game ever. So I don't think calling out the GMs is necessarily fair. But it is on brand. It's on brand.
I was going to say it's straight on Kurt Warner, I think. I mean, I just think it's straight up like his alley. But now this is when I want to ask you a question. Is Gronk coming back more likely to the NFL or to the WWE?
Neither, man.
You don't think he's going to do
After
either?
I saw that interview, man, and he looks sad, and the WWE ain't going to help his case, man. That's worse
agree.
on his body.
But did you see, why is he now saying, did you see what he did today, right? He put out, I ain't retired from whooping. Rob Gronkowski said, I'm retired from football. I am not retired from whipping that you-know-what.
Keister.
Yeah. He said he wants to fight his friend, Mojo Rawley. Now, I said I put the friend part in there because he called him a wimp and all kinds of stuff. And if y'all don't, and the reason I say they're friends, these are dudes that have hung out many a times together.
Wait, so he's about to be a WWE guy.
It's what it sounds like because, remember the CBD medical thing when he did that earlier this week? I thought it was the end of Rob. Like, Rob was really worried about getting his life, wanting to feel healthy, get back going in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? But now I guess the CBD's working so good, he's ready to jump back in the ring. So that's why I'm saying, dude, if the CBD's working this good, is this dude going to end up back in the NFL, or is he going to be like Andre the Giant and in the WWE?
He's feeling good enough to take on Triple H, man. Look at that guy.
Dude.
All right, nice.
I just have to say, it's kind of surprising, is it not?
It is, because the WWE, if you know about that, you know that is really hard on the people who do, like those wrestlers. Their bodies get beat up. They work like 320 days out of the year, man.
Yeah, they do. They do. No, I don't know. It's wild. I don't think he would do something like that. That. Now, before I get into like some murder and some really bad stories, and I got to take a break, but please tell me you saw Chiefs wide receiver DeAnthony Thomas. He cut a deal with prosecutors to close out his weed case this month. As part of the agreement, he had to admit to possession of drugs. Now, the NFL player was busted for speeding in Allen County, Kansas. The officers pulled him over. They said they smelled, marijuana. The cops searched the car. They found some weed. They arrested him. Thomas was hit with charges of marijuana possession, speeding, and faced up to 6 months in jail if he was convicted. Now, he was put through a pre-trial diversion program, okay? Blah, 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 blah. And that's right. Yeah, I know. Thank you. And he was doing all this stuff. Thompson had to pay like $899 in fines. Nothing important, doing alcohol, drug treatment, blah, blah, blah. The big thing was, how is the NFL going to react to this, right? How is it going to be for him? Is he going to be back in the NFL? And guess what? Kansas City just re-signed him to their preseason roster. And they say they think he's going to make the 53-man squad. Now, my question is, the Chiefs, who, speed kills, let's just be real. If you have Tyreek Hill and you get, DeAnthony Thomas out there with Superman, I think this helps their team in a very, very, very big way. My question, though, is, are we starting to realize in a very, very roundabout way that the NFL is trying to back itself away from marijuana, it feels like? Like Josh Gordon is starting the season off with the Patriots.
Well, the thing is, they have to start backing off because CBD legalization. It's not. You know what I learned? It's literally not legal federally.
Oh
CBD,
no, it's only by
which
state.
is crazy
by state.
to me.
Yeah,
but
marijuana's not. Yeah,
but they have to back off eventually because that's where we're headed as a society. I mean, it's just true.
It's just wild to see that this is happening. And anyway, I'm happy about it. But now I got to talk about things that I'm not very happy about. Holy cow. What the bleep is going on with Simone Biles' brother? Did you see that? Like, do you know who Simone Biles is, I hope?
Olympian.
She's
decorated.
She was like
great.
America's sweetheart. This girl was the best gymnast that may have ever lived. Do you know what I mean? I'm not...
Still is.
Yes, she still is. You're right. But when I say the best ever, I mean, like, she does things that nobody on planet Earth has ever done in their life, and she does it and makes it look easy. She is bad to the bone. She's only 24 years old, and here's what I just found out, and I'm in shock. Her brother, has been indicted. 6 counts of murder, 3 counts of voluntary manslaughter, 5 counts of felonious assault, 1 count of perjury. Under Ohio law, they're saying that he purposely killed and unknowingly killed victims in the same, incident. A total of 6 murder charges. This is definitely not something I ever expected. And the reason I'm saying this is, like, Simone Biles, have you ever heard her speak about her brother? Because, see, I have. She talked about how, he was in the military, and, a big inspiration and blah, 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 blah. So, Tevin Biles Thomas is her brother. He was arrested at Fort Stewart in Georgia. He is an active duty soldier in the Army. And again, this all stems from a fight that broke out on New Year's Eve at an Airbnb in Cleveland. They said there was a invited group and then Tevin was part of an uninvited group, and that he ended up firing shots that killed 3 men, injured 2 others, and another person got hit. So he's getting charged with 6 murder charges. This is, I don't know about y'all, I thought the craziest gymnast story was going to have to do with Michigan State by far. You know what I mean? Like, now add Simone Biles' brother situation, it's getting crazy, isn't it? Like, I thought that the wildest stuff from the Olympics was probably going to be, do you remember that idiot Ryan Lochte?
Yeah.
Dude, like, I thought that was going to be it. Now, this is serious, man. Talking about people lost their lives, and I can't even imagine where Simone Biles is mentally after she's found out the news. But before I say goodbye, and also remind y'all how much I love all of y'all, me and Gabe, I love Oregon. He loves Oklahoma State. Who else do you like, buddy?
Who else do I like?
I think you had another game in there.
I don't like Nevada. I will say that.
What game was it that you told
I like
me?
Purdue over Nevada.
That's right.
They're
like
11
Purdue.
point. They're 11-point favorites. I like Purdue, and I like Oklahoma State tonight.
I like that. Purdue, Oklahoma State tonight. I love me some Oregon tomorrow. I'm going to be praying for Memphis. Everybody, go Tigers, go. Ryan Silverfield, man, get that offensive line ready because they got a big, big old job. Good luck tomorrow, Dustin. Everybody, get out this, man, seriously. Make the world a better place. See you on the flip side. Peace!
Frontier Western Store's world-famous boot showroom is waiting for you. With aisles and aisles of boots in one easy spot, you will find your next favorite pair at Frontier. Everyone loves Ariat boots, and Frontier has over 1,000 pair in that brand alone. Come grab a pair of rugged work boots like the Work Hog, or discover an everyday classic in Ariat's Rambler. Tons of other brands as well: Rocky, Dan Post, Red Wing, Durango, Justin, Twisted X, and many more. Frontier constantly restocks and refreshes their lineup of boots, so you're certain to walk out of the store happy in your new comfortable footwear. They have a wide assortment of sizes available for men, women, and children. Work, dress, or play, Frontier's knowledgeable staff